Rebounds and 29 assists over his final 6 games to average a triple-double for the entire season. Stephen A., how legit is this accomplishment?
Well, first of all, it's very legit. It's incredibly legit when you consider the fact that as an individual player with the eyes of the world on you because Kevin Durant left you hanging and you was there to stand, hanging in Oklahoma City by yourself, to go out there and play the way that he has played has been nothing short of phenomenal. So these are the reasons that you're talking about him as an MVP, not just because of the numbers that he's putting up, but because of the fervor with which he plays night in and night out, how he never cheats the fans. And on top of it all, they're winning more than they're losing. And this is, again, is with the eye of the storm on you, with you clearly having something to prove and having the proverbial monkey on your back. So all those things being considered, it's clear that Russell Westbrook deserves strong consideration for league MVP honors. And when I saw James Harden struggle against Portland the other night, I'm saying, as far as I'm concerned, Russell Westbrook caught him. They're nip and tuck right now. This last week and a half of the season or so is going to tell us everything, because neither one of them have it in my mind. As phenomenal as Russell Westbrook has been, as much profound respect as I have for the great Oscar Robertson, I still am going to watch how you close, because it's been that close for me.
Russell Westbrook, what he's doing is totally legitimate. And he's doing it in wins. I mean, when he's getting the triple-double, and really, a triple, if you have 9.9 assists versus 10 assists, it's the same thing. We just are programmed to like round numbers, but it's the same value, more or less. But still, it's a historically significant accomplishment because no one's done it since Oscar Robertson. Now, in 61-62, Wilt Chamberlain averaged 50 and 25. Elgin Baylor averaged 38 points a game, right? Like this, in other words, the environment was right for great players to put up huge numbers. That's the only time stuff like this happens. You don't see home run records falling or triple doubles, anything like that, or passing records being set unless the circumstances, the league favors that to happen that year. So let's say that. The league is favors right now Russell Westbrook, James Harden, these kind of players putting up huge statistical seasons. Nevertheless, Westbrook is doing it. When he does it, they almost always win. And I'll tell you something else. Those bullet passes he throws a lot of times to Steven Adams, and Steven Adams can't handle them. There's like 1 or 2 a game. Really, if his teammates were more on his speed, he'd have more assists every game. If anything, he needs to slow down just a touch so other guys can deal with what he's doing.
I have a question for you. So, Greeny, I was listening to him on Mike and Mike earlier this morning, and he was saying that this is the best individual season ever he's seen by a player in the NBA with Westbrook. Do you think that's too big of an overstatement?
I don't think it's too big of an overstatement. I've seen Michael Jordan, I've seen others, and obviously they've had phenomenal seasons, but there's no doubt that Russell Westbrook has been absolutely sensational. So we can't knock that, and we can't accuse Greeny of engaging in hyperbole, but there are times when you watch him grab a rebound and everybody moves out the way so he can get numbers. Now, that doesn't take away from his scoring ability. There's no doubt about that. And it doesn't take away from his assist, but that triple-double matters. And so I think that you have teammates facilitating that, but again, it doesn't take away from the greatness that I've witnessed from him.
I disagree. Most of the time, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you've seen that. I haven't. What I've noticed is Westbrook is just aggressive to the glass. I mean, I don't think that it's about accumulating numbers, although at a certain point you're aware of the triple-double and the history and all that stuff. But I notice him getting those numbers in the flow of action and the service of winning games. Is it the best season we've ever seen?
Individual.
Michael Jordan had 10 seasons where he should have been the MVP of the league. In every single one of those seasons, he's better than Russell Westbrook right now. Every single one of those Jordan seasons, better than Westbrook's season right now. It's not
what
that
about
Westbrook's
outside of Jordan, though?
Sure. LeBron James is better than Westbrook right now. I mean, I got news for people. And by the way, the stats will even show it on a per-game basis. The thing that Westbrook is doing, as I mentioned, is just what Elgin Baylor, Oscar Robertson, and Wilt Chamberlain did in 61-62. That's what Harden and Westbrook, and by the way, Kawhi and LeBron are doing right now. In an era that favors, in a year that favors players who can put up huge numbers, they're doing it. But the prerequisite is that you're a great player. Westbrook is a supremely great player playing in a year where this is possible.
Here's the ultimate testament to Russell Westbrook. You know that he's putting up numbers. You knew that he did so and that he's done so in the aftermath of Kevin Durant departing. But then on top of it all, he did it in the aftermath of getting his money because Kevin Durant left. And the Oklahoma City Thunder said, this is your franchise. And what did he do? He didn't sit up there and get lackadaisical. He came with even more fire.
He owned it.
That is the greatest argument you can make for Russell Westbrook as league MVP. But last time I checked, James Harden has been pretty spectacular himself, and I will wait for another week or so before I decide who's going to be my MVP.
Plus, if you finish the season 10 games or better above 500, when you're really the only scoring option, I like Oladipo, but you're really the only scoring option, viable scoring option on the team.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You bring up a great point. You give a guy a contract and you wonder who has the temperament to play as if he's still starving. Russell Westbrook is that guy. You give him the contract, you feel 100% good.
Right.
He validated the support Michael Jordan gave him by signing him onto the Jordan brand and then going to Oklahoma City to present him with an award because of what he's done in the community and beyond for Oklahoma City, and how Michael Jordan had brought up that he stayed. Michael Jordan gives you those kind of props. It matters, particularly when you back it up the way that Russell Westbrook
he plays every game like he's getting paid based on his performance that game.
Yes, and we're very grateful for that.
Internally motivated.
We'll leave it there, guys. For the first time since 2014, the